Alright, let's talk about Juggernaut Immortal Shank Tank spec. This is for PvP specifically. There is some PvE reasons to use it, but this is mostly for PvP. So obviously, first thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to read your abilities, your passives here, for sure, so you understand what your class is doing. You're also going to want to look at some, I want to direct your attention to level 23. Dealing damage with a Gigas Assault grants a barrier protection to up to 8 allies within 10 meters. So on cooldown, you'll be hitting a Gigas Assault, and it will be doing this for your allies. Look at Master Ranos real quick. You see that circle, that little barrier around? That reduces their damage as well. So not only are you helping yourself, you're helping them. Okay, next check out the tree some more. At level 43, there's a tooltip item that's missing. You can only see if you play a Guardian. Jugs don't show it. This actually heals you, so you'll want to take that one. If you smack taunted targets, they heal you. Just make sure to take that one. Um, let's move. So Ravage will slow a target down to a stop. It'll actually root them. And so it's really important to use that one specifically in PvP because you want to stop and stun them because you're slow. You're really slow spec. You can stop them from moving, and I'm pretty sure, I can't be 100% sure, but that sages cannot teleport away if you ravage for those 3 seconds. So it's within that window of time. They can't teleport away. So all right, let's look at your tree some more. Looking at pick what you want as you go up to here. Let's go to number 68. Notice Saber Reflect will have a 1 minute cooldown, and Mad Dash has a 35-second cooldown. So if you read it, you'll see that direct damage is reflected back at attackers, and that Mad Dash is like a cheese. You just don't get hit at all. So this is going to be better for defensive overall and a better uptime, and this will be a better to punish people for hitting you. And then your enraged defense, that'll help your enraged defense come off cooldown a little bit faster. It's 2 minutes, and it'll be down to 1 minute 30 seconds. Okay, let's look at the gear. First things first, with the gear, keep in mind that with your gear, you cannot, you do not need accuracy at all for any reason for a tank, because absolutely naked with no gear on, you still have 110 to 111% accuracy. So just keep that in mind. This class, because this is Shank Tank and not a tank, you are going to be minimizing your shield and your absorption. So your shield comes from the shield offhand, but it's actually, if you'll notice, I have mastery, endurance, and alacrity stuck into my shield as opposed to the correct things that would normally be there, and then a critical log.
Mic off. Mic on.
So what we have here in your gear, um, it's 4,000 crit, and you're a DPS now, so 2,100 alacrity. You got to try to have to get that Gigs Assault off cooldown as often as possible. It helps a little bit to have that kind of alacrity. Okay, let's look at the implants here. So Retaliator package, a must. I'll show you how to use that in a minute. That is completely broken in every way. And then Stimulated package, that's an option to use. You don't have to use Stimulated package. It's just an option. There's also Second Wind. It's great because you're such a slow spec. You can move a lot faster if you use Second Wind and you actually kill something. This is great for PvE all the way around. Just keep using that for PvE. PvP, you probably wouldn't want to do it in arenas, but in war zones, yeah, you probably might want to take that, make you faster. Champion's position is also an option if you want, and if you don't have a stimulated package, maybe you already have the champion. That's a good option if you choose to use that one. It's fine. Um, let's see. Let's look at your tactical Leviathan side. So you'll hear people talk about grit teeth and just worship grit teeth. So it got a nerf, and people don't. I mean, they know that it got a nerf, but they haven't realized there's better options out there, specifically for PvP. So if you'll know, I do have a grit teeth, but if you read the tooltip on grit teeth, you'll see that grit teeth, when you look at it, it says that the active cooldown of Saber Ward is reduced by 2 seconds when you're attacked. So let's do some quick math. Just do it in your head. Saber Ward is reduced by 2 seconds every time you're hit, but there is a cap of This cannot happen more than once per second. So if you're hit once per second, this reduces by 2 seconds. You're still going to have to be hit. Divide that number by 2. Say 230 divided by 2. That's 115. So you have to be hit, what, 115 times? Is that? I don't know if I'm master right or not. I can't think right now. So uh, to reduce that down, it may work, it may not work. You might find use for grit teeth in PvP. You might find a better option to use your Leviathan's Hide because damage reduction. So you'll want to read that tooltip on Leviathan's Hide. It increases your crushing blow, generate stacks of crushing defense for every enemy hit, granting 2.5% per stack for 10 seconds. So you stack 8 times. So if you had 8 enemies and you smacked 8 enemies, it does it 2 times 2.5 times 10. So you can see that's be a lot more damage reduction. So let's look at the number damage reduction here. You start out one of the tankiest tanks. Your damage reduction is default pretty high, and it just goes up every time you use these other abilities. We'll look at that in a minute. All right, let's go to and relics. Let's see, relics. I go mastery and power, but if you want, you can go mastery and crit. All classes benefit from mastery, including tanks that are in tank spec. If you choose to use those, you don't absolutely have to, of course. Alright, let's dismiss Master Reynos, as good as she is.
If that's what you want.
Alright, I have nobody Garmin Leap to and nobody to Intercede to. So let's talk about Retaliator Package. Retaliator Package says that Retaliation has no cooldown. Retaliation has no cooldown. That's a good thing because this also does not, if you read the tooltip here, it does not respect the global cooldown. So as you attack, and if they miss, there's your save reward. If they happen to miss you, I'm just smacking on cooldown. See, it's glowing. I'm just smacking on cooldown. It's doing extra damage because I'm just continuously hitting the retaliation. If you're familiar with some of the other classes, another class that some of the things that don't um, respect global cooldown is like the shoulder rocket. It just does it whenever, because it does not respect global cooldown. You can just spam that. Okay, let's look at your damage reduction. So, right at the default, you have 44% damage reduction. So now let's notice the moves like Gigas Assault, coupled with a Crushing Blow, you have 60% damage reduction. So that is a good thing. Once you start having that kind of damage reduction, not much can kill you. You really, and the uptime is literally every 11 seconds. You can use another. These words get out of the way. You can use another Gigas Assault, and the cooldown for Crushing Blow matches the cooldown of the Gigas Assault, so you can use them back to back. If you remember, you can also use your Threatening Scream in place of your taunt here. That way you're doing a Gigas Assault, a taunt of some sort, either taunt, doesn't matter, and Crushing Blow. You have these two back to back, which increases the ability to it increases the damage that the Crushing Blow does by 40%. That's the item you pick on your tree. That is this one here. And as you notice, I did not even look at my health. I have no clue. I know I'm fine. Okay, so let's see. Was there anything else? Damage reduction, Gigas Assault. I think that's just about it. I gotta wait for my force push to come off cooldown. We're not worried about threat generation because you're in PvP. Threat generation does not work. I think that's everything. Alright, force push is ready. Goodbye. Let's go back to the Rishi Stronghold real quick. One more item we're going to visit about is the Enraged Defense. Let's see. Or Endure Pain, I believe it's called. Yeah, Endure Pain. Endure Pain will temporarily increase your maximum health by 30%. So, percent healing is a thing in this game. Percent healing is a thing in this game. So, if you want to do percent healing, in any way. If there's anything that says a percent healing, then then endure pain is going to help you. So what is a thing that is PvP specific? Warzone med pack. It immediately restores 35% of maximum health. So uh, by itself, a Warzone med pack will heal whatever the 35% of your health is. But if you use Endure Pain first, you've now used that's 192,000 healing using these back to back. That's uh, pretty high. Also, you could also use that Endure Pain with your a Gigas Assault, Taunt, and Crushing Blow combo because you've had now the target is taunted. You can also use your Threatening Scream and a Threatening Rage combo. Those two together because you actually it damages all taunted targets around you. So that means you've taunted them and now you've damaged them. That means you also are being healed by them. So one of them will heal you. Uh, as a side note, Threatening Scream and Threatening Rage back to back like this will also rip people out of stealth. So if you're about to cap a target, sometimes what I'll do is I'll walk up to a target, I'll click on the item, I'll cancel that I was clicking, and quickly hit Threatening Scream, Threatening Rage, and it'll rip them out of stealth. And it's rather aggravating for them because now they can't do their big fat juicy openers because now they've been ripped out of stealth. Uh, Also,
Mic off.
this class
Mic
is
on.
very good against other melee classes because you're a tank. You have high defensives anyway naturally. And that's all I have. Have fun out there with your shank tank builds.
Mic off.